everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's that time of year again where procrastination and analysis paralysis takes over my body and I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I've been super busy saving seeds, doing a lot of that, doing really well with that, doing really well with doing my taste tests and taking pictures of my tomatoes and stuff. But way back, before we went on vacation, I was supposed to start my fall seeds. That never happened. It still hasn't happened. So today's video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to start. This is the week it's happening. So tomorrow when I get home from work, I'm actually going to start a few things tonight. And then I'm going to, over the course of the next few days, start. I've got my trays over here behind me, filled with dirt. I'm soaking them in water right now, getting them nice and wet. A lot of the stuff that I'm starting, I'm going to start down in my basement under grow lights. The temperature there is right for the fall things like winter crops, cabbages, broccoli. Those things need to be, they don't want to germinate in the heat. So it's about 55, 60 degrees down in my basement, so that'll be good. Let me start with the stuff that's not really like brassicas, like lettuce and broccoli and that kind of stuff. I'm doing an experiment where I test out some tomato seeds that I have that have black spots on them. Like there's a theory that those won't germinate, and also floaters, the ones that after you clean them and they float to the top of the water, that those won't germinate. So those are some of the seeds I'm going to start. So like this one right here, I'm going to do a bunch of these because it seems like every time I save seeds from these, they're really dark. This is sweet aperitif. So I'm going to do a bunch of these dark seeds and see if they germinate. I'm just curious to see if black seeds, like they say, they're completely dark or they have like a black spot on them. It's said that they won't be good, that they're not good seeds. I also am going to start some tomato seeds from just some of the, let me reach over here and get some of the seeds that I've started that I used OxyClean to clean them with. I just put a video up of that, I believe a couple days ago, of how I've been cleaning some of my seeds. I've been fermenting some, but I've also been cleaning them in OxyClean, so I've been testing the germination rate of those. So I'm going to do just a couple from about 10, 20 plates, just to make sure that they're good seeds. My first time doing that method of cleaning them, so I want to make sure that I'm not giving a bunch of duds out to people. But so far, so good. What else am I going to start? Oh, I have my bag of micro dwarf tomato seeds. I don't know all of the ones that I'm going to start, but I know it's going to be a bunch. You know, I always start more than I need. These are all, I haven't really gotten any new ones because I haven't been trading. I've just been focusing on what I needed to focus on and kind of staying away from trading and all that, because that can really suck up some time, bagging seeds and everything. So I'm going to start a bunch of micro dwarfs. I'm going to see how far I can get them to grow in my greenhouse before I have to bring them inside, because I know they'll probably start like way too many that I won't be able to bring them all inside. But I'm starting a bunch of those. The last thing, yeah, I think this is the last thing that I'm going to start, which I should have succession sowed these, and I know better. I should have been doing this. All my zucchini plants, except for one over at Materville, and it's not like giving me any fruits, but all of them are succumbed to the heat. Now, I complained about how I didn't start my fall seeds, but this week, if I had started my fall seeds back when I wanted to, I'd have probably planted them out either 2 weeks or last weekend, and then we had this heat wave this week. It's supposed to be 94 the next 2 days. So they probably would have died because I'm not a big waterer. I'm bad with watering my garden, as well as they, that's just really hot for plants when they're first trying to get going. So I may not get anything from these, but I'm going to do some Cocozelle squash. I'm going to do some dark queen zucchini, some long white of Palermo. This did really well for me this summer, so I wanted to see if I could get a couple more going. And then I don't know if I don't think I've started any of these before. I got these in a trade, and she wrote So Prolific. It's a striped zucchini, Bossa Nova hybrid. So I'm probably going to do a few seeds each of these And I think I'm going to plant 2 or 3 of them in my greenhouse. That way, you know, I can keep the greenhouse a little warmer and I might actually get some fruit. And then the rest I'll put out into the garden beds and cross my fingers and hope we don't get like an early frost. Because it says 45 to 50 days for, I think, all of these varieties. I picked the ones that were pretty quick to produce fruit. So here's hoping I get some more zucchini, because I had a couple more recipes that I wanted to do. I have a recipe that I need to edit with zucchini. A couple recipes that I've recorded but I haven't edited yet. So many videos I have not edited yet. They will be coming when I have more time to edit. I'm also going to start an entire, what is it, like 72, those small cell trays. This is the cabbage seeds that I saved. One plant gave me all these cabbage seeds. So I'm going to sow a ton of cabbage. From this one, this is early something. So it's like a really quick to head. What else? What other ones? I know there was some other cabbage. I know there was some other cabbage that I was going to do some seeds for. Let me see here. Just a couple, because do I have them all? Yeah. I think this is it. Let me see if I can get a little bit more organized here. There was just a couple other cabbages. I'm going to sow a whole bunch of those, and then I'm just going to sow, I don't know, maybe 10 seeds of each of these. This is Mammoth Red Rock. I'm going to sow some seeds of that. And then this is Head Cabbage Sugarhead. So it sounds delicious. Sugar. I have only been successful with a few heads of cabbage out there, and they were the ones that I just haphazardly, no thought to them, didn't even really care if they did anything. I was just going to give the leaves to the chickens, and they actually grew heads over the summer, and they're the ones that are near my chicken coop. It's crazy. So I'll probably sow some more cabbages around my chicken coop because they did well. I don't know why, but that's how it was. They did well. What else am I going to sow? Oh, I got these on discount. It's the seed tape. So this is carrot kaleidoscope blend seed tape. So I'm going to do these. I've got 2 of them. Yeah, I'll do these in the bed. They do okay. I've planted these before. It's just an easy way to sow some carrots without having to think too hard about it, because sometimes carrots can be pretty finicky. Those I'm probably not going to sow till, I think it's supposed to cool down. That and like lettuce and stuff, I think I'm going to wait a couple more weeks to sow seeds for those. Yeah. Outside, because these right here I will put directly outside. Like I said, the cabbage and other stuff I'm going to sow and put down in my basement to germinate because it's cooler down there. Carrot seeds, beet seeds, they will not germinate when it's like over, I think 70 degrees. So it's still going to be 70 degrees during the day, I think, for the next couple weeks. So I'll just wait. But these will get sown eventually, as will these. These are Detroit Dark Red Medium Top Beets. So same thing, it's seed tape. You can feel beets are bigger seeds, so you can feel the big old seeds there. But I'll sow these probably in 2 or 3 weeks when it cools down. Same goes for the rest of the carrots. I'm going to sow this Danvers carrot. I'm going to sow Lunar White carrot. I got these from Hand Me Down Farms. And then these are from Baker Creek, New Kuroda carrots. So those are the carrots that I'm going to sow for this fall. What else am I going to sow seeds for? This is another thing I'm going to start seeds for down in the basement, along with all the cabbage. I'm going to try, these I think are getting old, so I'm probably going to just sow most of these. I can't remember if I just got these or probably. I don't think these are too old, maybe last year. So Easy Broccoli Romanesco, so the really fun looking kind. And then broccoli, this is Desico broccoli. And the last one is just purple broccoli. I'm going to sow these. These are getting kind of old too. I think these are a couple years old. So I have never been successful growing any broccoli. So I am going to try again. Try again. I think there was was there a cabbage? I thought there was a cauliflower, but maybe there isn't a cauliflower in here. Okay, so lettuces, I'm going to sow a patch of lettuce in my greenhouse because usually I can keep the lettuce going all throughout winter in my greenhouse. So this will probably get started whenever I start the carrots and the beets, so in 2-3 weeks. I'm also going to sow some lettuce seeds in my, I have these what are they? The rain gutters. I have like 4 rain gutters on my wall out here on the deck. And I'm actually going to add some of those moisture holding crystals into those, because I have such an issue with having to water that like once or twice a day. And there was one point when it did lovely, and then the past couple times I've tried to plant it, I just can't keep it wet. I'm gonna add in some of my compost, that moisture retaining compost, as well as those water retaining crystals. I think Miracle Grow makes them, but I'm sure there's other places that make them too. So hopefully that'll keep me from having to water it all the dang time. But I've got a couple of different lettuces. I've got this one I'm actually going to sow down in the basement, and I want to try to grow heads of it. So this is a Little Gem Cos lettuce. And then these I'm just going to sow haphazardly for cut and come again. Toscana mix. And these are all from I don't know how to pronounce that. Seeds. I got these a while ago. Leaf lettuce balcony mix. I don't know if I can order seeds from this place anymore. I think now it's like shipping's like $30 or something ridiculous, which is a bummer. And baby lettuce mix. That's the rest of the lettuce that I'm going to start. I've hauled like all of these seeds probably in some seed hauls. I'm going to do some mustard. This is probably another thing I'm going to direct sow in a couple of weeks. I'm not going to start down in the basement. This is Komatsuno spinach and giant winter spinach. My pet rabbit loves this, as do the chickens. I like to grow the green stuff that I can give the chickens all throughout winter, and we eat it too. We'll put spinach in smoothies. I like to dry it and make it into a powder. And we toss it in lettuces. And I'll hide it in things too, like tomato. Like when I go to make my chili and stuff, I will put that powder in there. And you can't, if you don't want to overpower anything, but if you put a little bit of it, you can't taste it. And then I'm also going to do butterfly spinach. So those are the spinaches that I'm going to start. Oh, what haven't I talked about? Oh, here's the cauliflower. I wanted to do this. This is the one cauliflower I'm going to try to do. Purple of Sicily. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty, from Baker Creek. Okay, so, and then I've got some containers here. I haven't looked at them yet, but I know there's stuff in here. I still have Swiss chards out there that haven't gone to seed, and I just keep taking off the leaves from it, and it just keeps shooting up new leaves. It's awesome. I think I have, I don't know, 5 or 6 Swiss chard plants out there. Still some kale that haven't went to seed, which is amazing because it's like 90 degrees out there now. It still hasn't went to seed. So there's some really cool varieties. I think the one that's doing well is it the dinosaur kale? Yeah, I don't think it's gone to seed. But I am going to start some new, some different Swiss chards. I wanted to try, which ones will I do? I need to pick these out. Okay, I want to use up these seeds, so I'm going to probably do this. This is Rainbow Mix Swiss chard. I think these are getting kind of old, so I'll start those. And then I also want to do magenta, some more magenta Swiss chard, because that seems to be like my rabbit's favorite. So we'll do those, and then I'm also going to do these Georgian Southern collards. So I would like to make collard greens with like the ham. I've got some ham hocks in the freezer, and that's what I want to do. I want to make like white beans with collards and ham hocks. Oh, it sounds so good. And then I'd like to try to can it up. Something that I'm going to try to do this winter. And then kales. This is, what kales do I want to? I wanted to start a few kales. Let's see what I got here. I'll probably, Black Magic. I think that's the one that's going right now. Black Magic, it has not went to seed as well. I'm going to start some scarlet kale. Put that in the pile here. What else do I want to try? Toscana. I'm going to try to grow some of that. What else is in here? I know there's a big one. Where's it at? I'm going to do some of this curly caprol, and then I want to try this meadowlark, and then I think I'm going to do a couple thousand head kales. So I'll start all those kales. Put the rest of them away. I think that's plenty. And then the last box I need to go through, these are my kohlrabi and turnips. What do I want to do? I think I want to do turnips. Let's just do, yeah, I'm just going to do this packet of gold ball turnips. So I'm only just going to do one turnip, gold ball turnip. And I think that's it, y'all. That is it. I'm going to put all this stuff in a little basket, organize it as to what's getting started indoors and then what's getting started outdoors. The squash here, I'll sew a tray of all of the squash and then put this in my greenhouse. Make sure it's got a lot of water that it's sitting in, and it should germinate pretty quickly in this weather. So I thought this video was going to be super long, but it's not, so that's cool. So that's what I'm starting for fall. If you have any suggestions on what you like to start in the fall for your fall garden, or any tips for me, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. As well as, I want to implore you, if you're anything like me and you have procrastinated, there was even a point where I think last week I was like, I won't do a fall garden. Don't do that, because you'll definitely not get anything if you don't sow seeds for anything. So I implore you, just if you feel like, oh, it's too late, just sow a few. Don't waste all your seeds. If you're somebody that doesn't have like an abundance of seeds, or you haven't started to save your seeds, that's another thing. Start saving your seeds, because I could plant a bajillion cabbages. This was just one plant that I saved seeds from. So my goal is to save seeds from, my kales haven't went to seed. I don't know why, but I was going to save seeds from the kales, and they haven't went to seed yet. But like my spinach, I saved seeds from my spinach. So I have an abundance of certain things that I could just go hog wild. And if I got nothing, I got nothing. You know what I mean? But also trading groups. I trade for seeds all the time and just get new stuff, or get same stuff that I really like. You know, there are ways to get seeds and to be able to start things. And I just implore you, you know, if you feel like it's too late, it's probably not. You might still get something. Maybe not as much as if you hadn't procrastinated, but, you know, stuff happens. Life is busy, and, you know, just be kind to yourself and give yourself a little grace. Gardening is supposed to be fun, so just have fun with it. Don't stress yourself out like, oh, I gotta, I've caught myself a couple of times doing that, and I'm like, no. That's not what this is supposed to be about. So chill out and just do what you can, and be okay with that. So I am going to be okay with the fact that I am starting stuff later than I wanted to, but also, you know, it might be a good thing. I don't know. We might have a really, really late frost. We might have like a really, really mild winter. I don't know. And it might be the best fall crop I've ever planted. I won't know if I don't try. So this is me giving it a try, and I want you to give it a try too. So get out there and plant some seeds, or start some seeds in your house so that you can plant them out in a few weeks. I'm gardening in zone, it's like 6B7, northeastern West Virginia, so I'm starting some seeds again. It's an exciting time, and garden beds are going to need cleaned up. They're a mess, but the tomatoes are kind of dwindling down, so now I've got something else that'll keep me busy. So get out there, plant some seeds, and until the next one, y'all, I hope you all enjoy your day. Bye.